Hey, how's it going everyone? Justin again as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to cover my air tools. What I like and dislike about them, why I have the ones that I have, and what I've replaced them with. That being said, if you're into hiking, backpacking, or gear related videos that have to do with hiking and backpacking, please make sure you check out one of our new friends and subscribers, Southern Adventure. Pretty awesome guy. Just met him for the first time last night during one of our live streams, and he's got some pretty good product review videos, but even better, adventure hiking videos. Pretty cool stuff. He even has a drone. It's awesome. Love it. Alright, that being said, let's dive into it and take a look at some of the air tools that I have and what I like and dislike about them. Alright, so in front of me I have four air tools that I actually own, keep at the house, and the ones that I used, abused, and absolutely loved for many years in the automotive field. Lately, my cordless tools have taken over these specific tools, and we'll go into some of the ins and outs later on. But let's talk about some of the things that I actually like. What I like about this specific one, the Snap-on 3/8 drive air gun, is it's never let me down. Nope, stop the tape. I take that back. It has let me down one time. After owning this tool for 3 years, the trigger blew off the handle and it had no longer any function to it whatsoever. And I was just outside my 2-year warranty, so I had to hand it in, and it cost me about $65 or $70 to have them replace the trigger mechanism and fix the tool so it was functional again. Other than that, I really like the Breakaway Torque behind this. I used this was my go-to because it was light in weight. I was able to take off most any lug nut that I came into contact with outside of the Cummins 3500 and some of the heavier duty Ford pickup trucks that came into the shop. Other than that, it worked out really well even for bell housing bolts for the most part. There was very few bell housing bolts that I could not get undone just using a 3/8 air gun such as this one right here from Snap-on. So this is pretty much my go-to for the most part, and you can tell that it's been my go-to because even the handle is still completely caked in air tool oil. What I don't like about it is that occasionally the air tool oil will either blow out so much through the bottom that it completely gets your hand wet and everything else, but sometimes it'll actually blow through the trigger and it just keeps this thing outside and inside completely oily. So some of my dislikes right there. Other than that, seems to hold up really well. Like I said, breaks loose most anything that had come into contact with it. Except for the few options or a few times that I actually needed something that was a little heavier duty, I went with this Matco Half-Inch Gun. Absolutely love this thing. There's the part number for you right there. Tells you the RPM. And you can look up the torque specs yourself as far as breakaway torque and applied torque. What I love about this thing is that for it being a half-inch gun, it really isn't as heavy as some of the other ones that I've come into contact with. That might have something to do with the actual plastic handle itself. The air comes out through the bottom for the exhaust that it has. The selectors, I actually like this style of selector a lot more than the push style here where I have to push it back and push it forward. I like being able to push it from either right tight, left loose, just from the back. I actually like being able to just use my thumb to do that. A feature that I actually like more about this is that I can adjust how much RPM I want to use with this selector here in the back versus the way that Snap-on has in the back of theirs. It's a little turn dial, and sometimes it can be quite the pain to actually turn this thing down or up. So sometimes I've had to actually grab this with a pair of pliers. I pretty much just keep it on full go and I leave it at that and I don't adjust it anymore because it really is that much of a pain. For some things that you want to tighten up or snug up and not over tighten, this kind of selector switch might benefit you a little bit more. So that's another like or dislike between the two. One of the dislikes that I actually just recently have with this tool is that the Milwaukee half-inch fuel has the same breakaway torque as this half-inch gun, making this gun pretty much obsolete for me at the auto shop and leaving it here at the house as my go-to. So now when I'm taking things apart here at the house, I hook up the air compressor and I plug this bad boy in. I still love it. I still use it. I have no plans of trying to get rid of it. It's just become obsolete as far as automotive shop tools are concerned for me. For you, it might be different. There are certain things that you can replace as far as air tools with the battery powered stuff that's come out in the market. And there are certain times that you need bigger, more power. Maybe you need that higher RPM, etc. One of my favorite go-to ratchets when I started off over at Chrysler, and I'll never forget, I picked this up from SP Air Tools because I had a version that was probably rebranded, but it was a Mac. Sealed head designed. Absolutely love that Mac air ratchet a lot. Ended up selling it when I fell on hard times. Ended up buying another one for slightly cheaper off of eBay, a little bit older of a model. And then that one broke down after about 12 months of use. So instead, I decided to buy something a little bit newer, but from the Cornwell tool truck. And I ended up picking up this SP air ratchet. I love that sealed head design because I can get down into tight spots. I don't have to worry about the little selector switch getting in the way of anything. Works out great for me. As far as palm ratchets are concerned, I actually had both the 1/4 inch and the 3/8, which this one is right here is the 3/8. And I absolutely love this style because it's so small. I can get into tight areas, get done what I need to get done, and it just actually just keeps on kicking butt and functioning. Now, I sold the 1/4 inch version of it, but I decided to keep the 3/8 version of it. And these little air adapters that you see here on the end, they come in for about 25 to 30 bucks. You can buy them from Cornwell, Matco, or Snap-on, but they are widely universal. I love this adapter so much. I really do. If I could afford to put this on every one of my air tools, I totally would. Since I don't have an immediate need to do that, I've just got the one and I've got 2 air ratchets left. So if I need to, I'll just change out the fitting if I need to get down into an awkward spot. Haven't had that problem since I've made these pretty much my at-home tools. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't mind changing it over from one ratchet to the other. For now, it just stays on the palm ratchet because the reason why I decided to keep this over the 1/4 inch is because I actually use 3/8 sockets a lot more than I do use 1/4 inch. I can still put leverage behind it, crack something loose, and then run it off. So I absolutely love the 3/8 drive as far as palm ratchets are concerned. As far as 1/4 inch goes, well, I've got that 1/4 inch cordless driver that I have here at the house from Matco, and I use that instead. All right, so that'll pretty much cover my air tools that I own and personally decided to keep and what I like and dislike about them. I hope you found this video to be helpful. As far as the actual air tool versus cordless tools are concerned, like I said in a past video, my cordless tools have overtaken my service cart at the independent shop, and I haven't had a huge need for air tools. Not saying that they don't have their purpose, not saying it wouldn't be beneficial to own air tools, because there are certain scenarios that you're actually going to use them. But for me, at the independent shop, I've been using the cordless tools that I showed you in earlier videos, and I absolutely love them. And for me, it's taken over my air tool selection. So now my air tool selection has become an at-home tool selection, which I use here at the house for working on vehicles. So if I ever need to take something off, break something loose, I'm all air here at the house. For the most part, I got that one hex driver that stays here as well. Other than that, I operate solely off of air here at the house and solely off of batteries at the independent shop. That's all I got for this video, guys. Thanks as always for watching again. Make sure you check out Southern Adventures. The link will be down in the description. As always, have a blessed weekend. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.